Hey comic kids, Cash Cow back with another video. I felt like doing this video before I went to sleep. Now, this is my tribute in a way to Stan Lee. One of the guys that paved the way, definitely put in his time, paid his dues, left his legacy, his mark. I just want people to remember that he is one of the architects of Marvel and did some DC work as well. A lot of the comics that we go after today, we don't stop to realize that these writers, these artists, like these legendary figures, the Stan Lees, the Jack Kirby, the Todd McFarlane, the Neil Adams, George Perez. These characters are so iconic that they have created that we never really stop to take time and think, like, if they didn't have these visions or the way that they wanted to make the character, we wouldn't have some of these characters we're going after today. So I think it's just best that we stop, take time, and realize that these expensive books we go after, somebody created these with a vision in mind to make this character iconic, and 40, 60 years down the road now, it's iconic, it's time stamped, it will never go anywhere. It has a place in history even after we're gone. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna hit you with 6 comics I got in my graded PGX collection. Now, I have some other Stan Lee stuff. Some stuff is out right now, eventually gonna be graded. Some stuff I have that's not graded. But as of now, this is the stuff I do have graded. With that being said, let's dive into the first one. First one, we got Silver Surfer #1. This is his first origin, his first series, his first appearance of Shali Ba. It's the origin, like I said, of Silver Surfer and the Watcher. Stan Lee was the writer for this. Hopefully you guys can see that. Glare not too bad on that. This is one of his iconic stories, guys. So I'm just gonna hit you with these that the books that he wrote, that he was the writer in. So you look at this book down, realize from now on, if you see this, that Stan Lee was the writer of this book. This is his vision put out on this book. Alright? That's #1. #2, we got The Amazing Spider-Man #15, which happens to be the first appearance of Kraven the Hunter, second appearance of the Chameleon, first mention of Mary Jane Watson. Stan Lee is also the writer of this. So if he doesn't write this, do we get Kraven the Hunter? Do we get an iconic villain that's Spider-Man's villain? Sometime an anti-hero? Just something for you guys to think of, alright? Next, got X-Men 12, which is the first appearance of the Juggernaut and the origin of Professor X. This is also a Stan Lee story. Do we get the Juggernaut without Stan Lee? It's another iconic character. Will withstand the test of time. Juggernaut has been introduced in Spider-Man. It's been introduced in X-Men. What's the one group I want? I can't think of their name. It's gonna drive me crazy, but is another group that he fights against as well. I can't think of the name for some reason. I'm having a brain fart with it right now. But another iconic character. Once again, guys. So without that, no Juggernaut, no Kraven the Hunter. Where do you think comics are then? That's two of the most iconic villains you got right there. Next, we got Tales the Astonished number 35, which is the second appearance of Ant-Man and the Origin, and his first appearance in costume. This is also a Stan Lee story. He also wrote Tales the Astonished number 27, which is the first appearance of Hank Pym, which is the Ant-Man. Do we have Ant-Man without Stan Lee? Iconic superhero. Definitely has been put up there to the fold now that the Ant-Man movies have been very successful. People like him. I like Ant-Man. You guys already know that. Another Stan Lee story. Alright, let's keep it moving. We got Tales to Astonish number 44, which is the first appearance of the Wasp, also Origin, and the death of Vernon Van Dyne. This is also a Stan Lee story. The Wasp, you get another iconic character. Iconic cover, classic covers he's produced, made, wrote in. It's just history when you stop to think like, wow, he really had this vision in the 60s to create these characters. And now we can't get enough of them. That's pretty powerful, man. Alright. And the last one but not least, alright? We got Fantastic Four number 52, which happens to be the first appearance of Black Panther. This is also another Stan Lee story. So, no Black Panther without Stan Lee. See kind of what I'm getting at? Like, we got Amazing Spider-Man number 50, which is the first appearance of Kingpin. If we don't get that, then we may not have a Kingpin. We have, oh man, it's just so much stuff, and it's so much stuff that I gotta get graded. That's Amazing Spider-Man number 4, the first appearance of Sandman. Fantastic Four number 18, the first appearance of the Super Skrulls. There's just so many iconic characters and so many books that we go after that are considered grails or mega keys. Don't stop to think that, darn, like Stan Lee, this is Stan Lee's story. This is his vision coming alive. So with that being said, guys, I want to say happy heavenly birthday to him. My condolences to his family, his close friends, and guys, any of you guys that loved him, that met him, that had him sign your comics, comment if you can. Tell me about your experience. Tell me about certain comics you look at that he created story-wise or visually, drawing, and let's share it as a community and just keep his name alive. His memory will forever stay alive because of the stories he's created and the characters he created. But I would just like to hear some of you guys' input on it. Alright? That being said, guys, good night to you. Once again, happy birthday, Stan Lee. Would have been 100 years old today. Cash cow out.